Look, watch these tribes. I'ma spare everything but these tribes. I flip the scroll and teach these tribes. Take the wisdom from above and reach these tribes. Yeah, and watch these nations. I swear I care about none but these nations. I don't care, I rebuke these nations, and I put Israel high above these nations. If it ain't truth, don't break it. And if they sleep, I'm gonna wake them. Hope I don't look weak, cause when Israel rise up, you still see these tribes up. Better wake up, ancient prophecies. If you doubt, then you get 2 strikes and done. I'm in your face with Torah law. You people weaker than a morning sun. You cannot reach me on my feast days. I'm busy building kingdom while the world fades away. Chosen servant, I am one. But the crazy thing is I became one. All white garments, I'm clean like when the marriage supper hits. Big crown, new name, got the kingdom coming. We gon' reign all day, tribe. And we don't want no false things. Okay, you lost, what's lost to the chosen? Yeah, in truth we speak. I turn around and leave your mind in the streets. Ooh. Now watch this teaching. I bring the scrolls out and drop this teaching. Yeah, and we be steady reaching. Whoa, Most High's chosen. This truth is our hobby. What's really up? Israel's now free. Ask the prophets, no playing this prophecy. Complete, so righteous. No idols here, just laws and feast days, please. Why Israel keep rising up? Why these people stay teaching? True tribes raising standards, commandments our advantage. No, we do not bow to others, just cut off all these manners. Israel armed with wisdom, Torah study got us lifted. These prophecies hitting you anywhere from the spirit up. Truth long as history, scroll long as time could be. Royal priesthood on deck. You would think we're heaven's plans. Kingdom lineage rising, make the nations breathe heavy. Trust the Father, follow Christ, bring it back, do it again.
Yeah, the truth is the motive. Study with the family, beautiful is Joseph's story. Okay, we chosen, better live it if you know it. I take the word, break it down, make sure everybody knows it. Heritage so bright, don't even need light. I'm with the chosen seed, we don't even eat swine. And would you believe it? We keep the feast right. When they ask for wisdom, we give them laws of life. Yeah, I'm the truth around this nation. So hot, bringing fire, every situation. This truth rain, got my hand on these pages. Yeah, I said truth, and I ain't playing with these pages.
And we don't want no false things. Okay, you lost, what's lost to the chosen? Yeah, yeah, in truth we speak. I turn around and leave your mind in the streets. Oh, now watch this teaching. I bring the scrolls out and drop this teaching. Yeah, and we be steady reaching. Whoa, Most High's chosen. This truth is our hobby. Watch, learn these laws. Follow the commandments, don't you pause. I am the truth's apostle. Life is a test and I'm all about these prophecies. Want to know the truth of this? We don't make the most of this. T is for the Torah, teaching all these promises. The crown is so appropriate, this is where we belong. Keep the faith strong for the kingdom to come along. And we don't want no false things. Okay, you lost, what's lost to the chosen? Yeah, in truth we speak. I turn around and leave your mind in the streets. Oh, and we don't want no false things. Okay, you lost, what's lost to the chosen? Yeah, in truth we speak. I turn around and leave your mind in the streets. Oh.
Shalom, 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 my family. We back again for another lesson in the Most High's holy book. Yes. All praises and great glory to the Most High Yah for allowing us to come back and be here for another Sabbath day. All praises. We still alive, family. All praises. Shout out to the 12 tribes all scattered to the 4 corners of the earth. Yes, sir. How y'all doing? I've had a great week. I hope you guys have had a blessed week in the name of the Most High Yah. I hope you guys enjoyed the feast last week. Looks like the Most High done, he killed off the Pope, huh? Everybody cried, oh my God, no! Oh my God! My Pope, oh my God! another wicked heathen. Most High got rid of him. Another one gone, family. Another one gone. Think about that, man. Think about all the different people, all the different heathen that died daily. Think about it. Only purpose on the planet was to be a thorn in our side, to be the Most High's whooping stick. And then once that is accomplished, to be thrown in the eternal garbage can. Can y'all imagine that? Your only purpose is to be an asshole to Israel, to just beat us down. That's it. That's your only purpose in life. And then once that is accomplished, the Most High kill you off. Your story ends. That is, I repeat, that is their fate. Which is why I come so hard at y'all every week, because I don't want that to be y'all fate. You mean something in this story. The Most High created us. We are the main characters in the story. Yeah, he created all the other NPCs, all the other extras, but that's exactly what they are, extras. There's some supporting characters, but they do not overshadow his people. The main characters of the story. That's you, black man, black woman. On the bottom of the totem pole, worldwide. That's you. This is our part of the story right now. This is where we at. But as you can see in every movie, the good guys always make a comeback. Always end up on top while the villains get destroyed. Most High been trying to show you in all these movies. They all run the same plot. They all run the same plot. Right now, we're in the plot where the bad guys are beating down the good guys. That's where we're at. But we're also at the part where the good guys are starting to wake up, starting to realize their true power like Neo. Realizing that they are the one. That's where we at right now, family. We are the one. All you got to do is realize it. We have come to the end of Genesis. We're on the final chapter. All praises and great glory for the Most High Yah for these past 50 weeks. Learning this chapter. Understanding this chapter. Breaking it down for the simple ones. Breaking it down for the remnant. We understand. We get it. So yeah, family, we got it. We here. So let's bring this chapter out with a bang. I'm going to do something a little new. I want to add a little ambiance. A little ambiance. It makes the silences between my talking a little bit more bearable. So you have to hear my fan going off. A little more ambiance. A little more Oh, that sounds good. Oh, yeah. That's good right there. All praise and great glory to the Most High Yah. Let's get into it. Genesis 50. This is the closure of the foundation, family. This is the burial of a patriarch and the preservation of a promise. Genesis didn't start with Black Israel, but it ends with Black Israel positioned, preserved, and prophesied to rise later. Jacob's death isn't the end, family. Joseph's forgiveness isn't weakness. Egypt's comfort isn't security. This chapter seals the covenant under pressure and shows how we must walk while waiting for Yah's final move. Genesis began with creation. It ends with preparation for liberation. So let's rip this chapter, family, verse by verse, with the fire of prophecy, with the fire of power, and modern reality in 2025 tied straight to the bones of our people today. So without further ado, my family, Genesis 50, 1-3. And Joseph fell upon his father's face and wept upon him and kissed him. And Joseph commanded his servants, the physicians, to embalm his father. And the physicians embalmed Israel. And 40 days were fulfilled for him, for so are fulfilled the days of those which are embalmed. And the Egyptians mourned for him 70 and 10 days. So verse 1, slow your mind down right here, family. Don't just read past this shit like it's a Hallmark moment. Picture it. This is Joseph, second in command of the biggest empire on earth at that time. Draped in linen, gold around his neck, status to his name. And when Jacob dies, he don't stand over him all proud and political. He falls on him. This is humility. This is reverence. He didn't see Jacob as an old man dying. He saw him as the living link to Yah's covenant promises. The bridge from Abraham's promises to Isaac's inheritance, to now him and his brothers in a strange land. Proverbs 17:6, Solomon says, children's children are the crown of old men, and the glory of children are their fathers. Joseph fell because Jacob was his glory. He knew without that man, he'd be nothing. Without Jacob wrestling angels and walking with Yah, Joseph would have died a slave in Canaan. So how does this deal with us in 2025, family? Our generation, we out here acting like we don't need our righteous elders anymore. We walking around like I'm self-made. I woke up on my own. Lying to ourselves. You standing on the press, the pain, the fasting, the sacrifices of mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers who held on to Yah in secret, while Babylon tried to rape their minds. Joseph showed you how to respond when a real one dies. You fall. You honor. You mourn the chain that linked you to your future. But y'all niggas today in 2025, mourning fake rappers, fake politicians, fake pastors, the Pope, throwing balloons and teddy bears in the damn street for people who couldn't quote 3 scriptures if their life depended on it. Meanwhile, the real righteous among us died. And we act like nothing happened. Joseph ain't do that. Joseph kissed the man who carried Yah's voice So when you fall on the righteous, you're showing Yah you're worthy to carry their mantle. That's the hidden meaning, family. Some of you will never level up. Why is that? Why is that, Mr. Pastor? Because you refuse to honor the ones Yah set before you. Let that sink in. That's your problem today. Y'all care about the fake shit. Y'all don't care about the real shit. Y'all say y'all do, but y'all actions show a completely different story. But the Most High showing you right now what we supposed to be doing. Look at verse 2 here. Pay attention. Why the embalming? Jacob was an Egyptian. Jacob wasn't a pagan. But Joseph embalms him. Why? Not to worship him, not to make him an idol, but to what, family? To preserve the vessel until it could be laid in the right soil. The promised land, family. Does it make sense to you? Hebrews 11:22, look at this. By faith, Joseph, when he died, made mention of the departing of the children of Israel and gave commandment concerning his bones. Joseph understood something critical here, family. Where your bones lay is prophecy. Israel wasn't meant to be buried under Egypt's glory. Israel had a promise tied to the land of their fathers. If Joseph left Jacob in Egypt, it would symbolically, what? Break the covenant. The Most High would never let the patriarch rot in enemy soil. So how does that coincide with what we do today? We got brothers and sisters out there who are spiritually embalming yourself into Babylon's systems and calling it survival. You preserving your talent for Pharaoh. You tying your gifts to Egypt's platforms. You securing the bag instead of securing your soul. Joseph wasn't preserving Jacob for Egypt, family. He was keeping him pure until Exodus time. And you supposed to be preserving your mind, your body, your spirit for the real escape. Not getting embalmed into Babylon's filth. Not getting comfortable in oppression. So what's the hidden meaning here? What is the Most High trying to get us to understand here? Preservation, family. It's not about survival. It's strategic warfare. You prepare your soul. You prepare your house, your family, because you know the deliverance is coming. You ain't embalming yourself to stay. You embalming yourself to leave whole. Do y'all get it now? We're preparing for the Exodus right now. That's why we're preparing. That's what we was doing in the Passover last week. In the Feast of Unleavened Bread. In Feast of First Fruits. We are getting prepared to go, to get out. Preparing for Exodus time, family. That's what you should be doing at this time. Preparing yourself for the Exodus. Verse 3. Don't speed through this. 40 days of embalming. 70 days of mourning. 40. 70. Family, as we know by now, biblical numbers ain't random. 40 equals testing. Transition. Wilderness. 70. Completion. Universal judgment. Ezekiel 4:6, the Most High says, I have appointed thee each day for a year. Followed with Numbers 14:34. After the number of the days in which ye searched the land, even 40 days. So Joseph's act of preservation matched a prophetic transition time. In Egypt's fake mourning stretched for 70 days, pretending to love what they secretly hated. Just like in 2025, Babylon pretending to love diversity while still hunting your black ass down in the streets. You think they mourned because they loved Jacob? Absolutely not. Hell to the no. They mourned because they knew losing Israel's presence meant losing Yah's blessing too, family. Why you think they still got y'all here? Because they know we blessed. Our talents fill their pockets. Our money fill their pockets. That's why they don't want you to go. They may tell you to go back to Africa, but I guarantee you, if we all left, boy, they would stand in front of the airplane. They wouldn't allow us to go nowhere. Because they know the minute we go, destruction follows. So Egyptians knew the moment they lost Jacob, Israel, them blessings were going to cease. You see it every time a black Israelite leader wakes people up and dies. You see the fake ass news headlines. He was such a powerful figure. Then next week they back to arresting your sons, lying on your history, poisoning your food. You see it. You saw him after George Floyd died out there in the streets. Fake marching with the hands up. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. But as soon as that died down, what happened to them? They attached themselves back to their people. Back to making fun of your black ass. Calling you nigga. Calling you slave. Back to business as usual. No different here. Fake mourning. Real exploitation. Egypt mourned Jacob for optics, not love. Same way America mourns MLK, Malcolm, Nipsey, while still plotting against black resurrection every damn day. So what's the hidden meaning here for you in 2025, Israel? You can embalm righteousness all you want to. You can mourn losses all you want. But unless you recognize this captivity is temporary, and unless you position yourself like Joseph, not as a comfortable slave, but as a hidden general waiting for the call, you will rot where you stand. Rot like the majority of y'all doing today. Majorities of these celebrities are rotten to the core. They're rotting where they stand. Y'all mourning fake shit and missing your assignment. Joseph mourned properly, preserved properly, and positioned himself for Exodus. So you better do the same. So you fall on the righteous when they pass. Preserve the sacred, not for Babylon, but for Zion. Recognize fake mourning from your enemies. Get your mind out of the grave of this system before it embalms your soul. So stop wasting your tears on the wrong coffins, black people. Fall on what matters. Protect what's holy. Stay ready for the move. So we move to verses 4 through 6. Hope you guys are understanding this so far. Deep stuff. But this is building up for the Exodus family. Pay attention. 4 through 6. And when the days of his mourning were past, Joseph spake unto the house of Pharaoh, saying, If now I have found grace in your eyes, speak, I pray you, in the eyes of Pharaoh, saying, My father made me swear, saying, Lo, I die in my grave which I have digged for me in the land of Canaan. There shalt thou bury me. Now therefore let me go up, I pray thee, and bury my father, and I will come again. And Pharaoh said, Go up and bury thy father, according as he made thee swear. So Joseph just mourned his father. He cried, kissed his face, and preserved his body. Now it's time to move. Let's look at what Joseph does next. How he makes the damn move under Pharaoh's nose without begging or groveling. So when the days of the mourning were past, so after you mourn, family, you move, period. Joseph mourned Jacob properly. He honored his father. But mourning ain't where you stay. Mourning is temporary, family. But the movement is permanent. After he honored the dead, he made his move. He wasn't asking for permission. He was putting the pressure on Pharaoh like a man in position. Psalm 30:5 says this. For his anger endured but a moment. In his favor is life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Joseph wept for the night. He honored his father, but when the morning came, family, he got up and walked in purpose. Y'all mourning over losses out there today. Getting caught up in the grief of black deaths, black struggles. But when will you stand up, Israel? When will you rise and move? Mourning has its place, yes, but it ain't your eternal position. Too many of us get stuck in mourning, in the pain of what's lost. But mourning doesn't define you, family. Your mission does. So Joseph spake unto the house of the Pharaoh here. If now I have found grace in your eyes. Know your position, family. Know your authority. Joseph didn't step into Pharaoh's house begging for permission. He didn't act like a damn slave asking, please, Pharaoh, can I go bury my father? Absolutely not. Joseph came with authority. He knew his worth. He knew his value to Egypt because without him, Pharaoh's whole kingdom was going to starve. He knew when to call in that grace Pharaoh owed him, and he used it. He said, if I have found grace, speak in Pharaoh's ear. Paul tells us in Romans 13:1, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of Yah. The powers that be are ordained of Yah. Joseph wasn't scared of Pharaoh. He understood his position was ordained. Yah placed him in the right spot, in the right time. And Pharaoh had to respect that. How does this speak to us in 2025, though? We've been conditioned to beg, family. Beg for rights. Beg for power. Beg for a seat at the table. The Most High say, stop that. You're not a slave anymore. The Most High has placed you in positions of authority, in platforms, in positions of wealth and influence, even if you don't see it yet. Know your place in Yah's kingdom and move with the same confidence that our ancestor Joseph did. You don't beg Pharaoh. You make your request known like a king. You have power, black people. Unknown amounts of power, like Neo did. But you got to believe in that power. And that power comes from the Most High Yah. Once you tap into that power, family, your whole life changes. So Joseph continues, my father made me swear. So we keep the promises. Why? Because your word has power. Here's the kicker though. Joseph didn't just make a request. He reminded Pharaoh of a promise Jacob made. This wasn't just an emotional plea. This was covenant. Joseph was saying, I don't care if you're Pharaoh. You will respect this covenant. You will respect my father's request. Jacob's promise was not just words. It was covenant. And that covenant demanded fulfillment. Psalm 89:34 says, my covenant will I not break, nor alter the thing that is going out of my lips. Joseph had to call in the favor. He couldn't just let it slip. He made a covenant. And now he was going to what? Fulfill it. No matter what Pharaoh thought. How does this apply to you in 2025 though? You think your promises don't matter? You think your word is just talk? Stop acting like you don't have the power to demand fulfillment of the promises Yah gave you. When you walk in your rightful place, your covenant with Yah is more important than any system. Your word has weight. Joseph didn't fold under Egypt's system. He didn't let Pharaoh push him around. He made Pharaoh respect the word of his father. Your father's promises are stronger than any man-made empire, family. So now Joseph moves with purpose. Now therefore let me go up, I pray thee, and bury my father. Don't let anybody steal your mission, family. Joseph wasn't leaving to disappear. He was going to bury Jacob and return to the mission. He didn't say, let me go, I disappear and leave Egypt forever. He wasn't running away. He was fulfilling his duty and coming back to finish the work. This wasn't about retreating. This wasn't about escaping Egypt. It was about honoring what Yah commanded him to do and then returning to finish the work. As Philippians 3:14 says, I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of Yah and Christ Yahushua. Too many of us think we have to leave the system entirely, leave the world entirely to be righteous. Nah, fam. Joseph knew his work was within Egypt's system, but he wasn't getting distracted by it. You can still serve your mission and live within Babylon's systems. Just make sure you return to your mission. You can work in this system, get your paper, grind, but don't forget your real work is the kingdom building that's coming next. There's an order to this thing. Priorities, family. I'm not telling you to go and be a hermit out there in the mountains. You can still do what you got to do and still work for the kingdom. Joseph knew his worth. He knew when to mourn, when to move, when to speak, and when to call in Yah's favor. He was rooted in covenant, and nothing, absolutely nothing was going to stop him from fulfilling his father's request. He didn't beg for permission. He walked in his authority. Now listen to me, my family. You ain't no damn beggar. You are the inheritor of a promise. You are the ones in covenant with the Most High. You can mourn and still move. You can grieve and still honor what's sacred. Don't wait for Babylon to validate you. Move like Joseph, with authority, with purpose, within your covenant, on your back. So let's keep it rolling 7 through 9. We're going to see how Joseph shows up in Pharaoh's face with that power and how your move matters in this system. 7 through 9, and I read. And Joseph went up to bury his father, and with him went up all the servants of Pharaoh, the elders of his house, and all the elders of the land of Egypt, and all the house of Joseph, and his brethren, in his father's house. Only their little ones, and their flocks, and their herds they left in the land of Goshen. And there went up with him both chariots and horsemen, and it was a very great company. So this is a big moment right here, family. Joseph's move isn't just a family matter. It's public. Joseph is rolling up to Pharaoh's face with an entourage, a full military procession. All eyes on him. And it's time for Joseph to show the world what kind of weight he carries. And guess what? The whole damn nation follows his lead. Pharaoh's people, Pharaoh's house, and they're all following Joseph's request. Now let me break it down slow. Joseph could have gone to bury his father quietly. He could have done it in private, but he didn't. He mobilized the nation, and now Pharaoh's elite is following him. This is a display of his power, his influence, and the undeniable weight Joseph holds over Egypt. All the servants came. The kingdom is moving at Joseph's command. Let that hit you real quick, family. Joseph is moving the whole nation. Pharaoh's servants, elders. Joseph ain't asking for permission anymore. He commands them to move. He's not just an Israelite in Egypt. He's the leader now. He moved Pharaoh's own court at his will. As it says in Psalm 118 and verse 26, blessed be he, blessed be he that cometh in the name of Yah. We have blessed you out of all the house of Yah. Joseph is acting in authority granted to him by Yah. No Pharaoh, no Egyptian system. It's Yah's authority through Joseph's actions. This is us in 2025, family. Yah's anointed are moving nations. We're not begging for the seat at the table no more. We creating our own tables and making the world come to us. Look around, family. You got black entrepreneurs, truth teachers, as myself, media creators, artists, and warriors influencing mainstream culture, whether they see it or not. Our talent, creativity, resilience, and anointing, I can't read apparently, are moving systems, whether Babylon wants to admit it or not. They try to shut us out. But when Yah says move, we bring the whole damn show with us, family. So everyone goes except the land. They're moving under the covenant, not in exile, family. All the house of Joseph and his brethren in his father's house. This is key right here. Joseph's family isn't just running away. This isn't some exodus where they're desperate to flee Egypt. They are strategically moving. They are leaving behind their flocks in herds in the lands of Goshen, the place Yah had already blessed them with. This wasn't a temporary escape. It was a strategic move to honor Jacob's burial while preserving the covenant promise that would later lead them out of Egypt. Deuteronomy 33 and 19 says this: they shall call the people unto the mountain. There they shall offer sacrifices of righteousness, for they shall suck of the abundance of the seas and of treasures hid in the sand. Joseph wasn't abandoning his inheritance. He wasn't leaving his possessions in Egypt to die. He left them in Goshen, the land of separation, and where they were blessed. In 2025, family, stop looking at your struggles as something to run from. Move in purpose. Yes, you're still in this Babylonian system, but you ain't leaving your inheritance behind. You're preserving your soul and your blessings, and you're preparing for the shift when Yah calls you out. So he's got chariots and horsemen with him too, right? Very great company. The kingdom moves with military strength and glory. Joseph ain't moving quietly. He rose up with chariots and horsemen. That's military might, family. Powerful force accompanying him to bury his father. He got an escort. Pharaoh's army isn't just there for protection. They are showing respect. Joseph, the Hebrew boy who was once sold into slavery, is now commanding Pharaoh's army to follow him. Let that sink in. This is a statement to all these nations out there right now. Joseph didn't just go to honor his father. He took his position back in front. I repeat, in front of Egypt. His father's death didn't strip him of his power. It reinforced it. Psalm 68 and 17 tells us this: the chariots of Yah are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them. As in Sinai, in the holy place. We ain't talking about physical chariots today, family. But you best believe that Israel's influence is being felt through our movements, through the media, through technology, through economic power, through spiritual awakening. When we move, the world notices, whether they like it or not. The same system that tried to drown us now watches as we stand up stronger. Smarter, and with divine power backing us. So these verses is not just about a burial. This is about Joseph's power, influence, and authority, which started with humility and obedience, but was sealed by Yah's covenant and timing. Joseph didn't beg Pharaoh for approval. Joseph didn't run from Egypt. Joseph didn't fold when the pressure was on. Joseph took what was promised to him and delivered it back to the land of his fathers. Joseph used his position to move nations, not beg them. Joseph knew his power, knew his place, and used it to honor the covenant. Black people, you have the same power today to move nations. Don't wait for the system to approve you. Create your own way. Your influence is unstoppable if you're walking in purpose. Your inheritance is secure, but you need to move with intention. Joseph didn't just bury his father in Egypt. He buried the past. And as he mourned, he made sure he moved forward with Yah's authority, knowing the future was in Canaan. He didn't beg Pharaoh for anything. He knew his value and his assignment. This is the same spirit you need to carry today. Move forward in authority. Preserve your inheritance. And don't let Babylon make you forget your promised land. Black Israel, you are Joseph. Your mourning won't be wasted, but it won't hold you back either. Get ready for the world to acknowledge your power. Get ready for your brothers to recognize who you are. Your value has always been hidden, but you've been positioned to rule. So we ain't done yet, man. 10 through 14. Let's keep the pressure on, because we ain't here to play church. This section right here is going to separate the fakes from the real ones. Let's read. And they came to the threshing floor of Atad, which is beyond Jordan. And there they mourned with a great and very sore lamentation. And he made a mourning for his father 7 days. And when the inhabitants of the land, the Canaanites, saw the mourning in the floor of Atad, they said, this is a grievous mourning to the Egyptians. Wherefore the name of it was called Abel Mizraim, which is beyond Jordan. Stop right there. Joseph and his brothers pull up to the threshing floor. Now hear me, Israel. A threshing floor ain't just some pretty field. No, sir. Threshing is where you separate the wheat from the chaff. It's where the harvest gets crushed, so the real fruit gets exposed. Are you hearing me right now? This ain't a random place to mourn. This is a spiritual warfare symbol. Jacob's burial happens at the threshing floor because Yah is making a statement right here. He is saying the next generation of Israel has to be what? Separated. The fake got to get crushed out. The weak got to get stripped away. Only the pure remnant is going to move forward. As Yahushua says in Matthew 3 and 12. Whose fan is in his hand, and he will thoroughly purge his floor and gather his wheat into the garner. But he will burn up the chaff with unquenchable fire. Y'all ain't dealing with fake ass Israelites in this hour. That's why you see them dying them off. They're killing them off. They still walking around in spiritual darkness, family. He's separating the real ones at the threshing floor. And look what it says. They mourn with a great and very sore lamentation. They ain't sitting around sniffing and playing violins. They wailed. They cried out. They tore the air open. It was a violent mourning, the kind that shakes the ground. The Canaanites, watching, thought it was so serious, they named the place Abel Mizraim, meaning mourning of Egypt. You black Israelites waking up in 2025. The whole damn world is watching you mourn your captivity, mourn your fallen brothers, mourn your stolen history. And guess what? They can see it. They can feel it. They know the ground is shaking under your feet. But here's the kicker though. They still don't understand it fully. They still think it's just black trauma. They still think it's just protest culture. They don't realize it's prophetic mourning for the resurrection of a nation. Ezekiel 9:4 says this. Set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. That's what the Most High trying to show you. We're marked by Yah, by our righteous mourning. But hear me, mourning is not enough if you don't move. Verses 12 and 13, back in 50. And his sons did unto him according as he commanded them. For his sons carried him into the land of Canaan, and buried him in the cave of the field of Machpelah, which Abraham brought with the field for possession of a burying place of Ephron the Hittite before Mamre. So y'all hear that, right? They did what Jacob commanded. They didn't get creative. They didn't remix the orders. They didn't say, well, maybe this Egyptian land is good enough. No. They carried his body where it was supposed to go. Canaan, the land Yah promised. This right here, Israel, is where a lot of you weak-ass believers fall off. You hear the commandments, but when it's time to act, you start making excuses. Well, Babylon's not so bad. We got it. We got rights right here. Maybe we can fix America. Fuck fixing Babylon. It's falling. You carried a covenant to the land Yah told you to move toward. As it says in Joshua 1:3, every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon, that have I given unto you, as I said unto Moses. The sons of Jacob didn't settle. They didn't compromise. They fulfilled the original promise, no matter how much it cost them. So you in 2025, playing footsie with Babylon out there, trying to build black wealth inside a system y'all already sentenced to burn. Move your mind out. Move your heart out. Get your damn feet out. This place is not your rest. I repeat, this place is not your rest. One time for the stiff-necked niggas in the back. This place is not, I repeat, not your rest. When are you stubborn Negroes going to understand this? Y'all trying to be about it. Me trying to make it. That's fine and dandy. But y'all allow it to consume you. As I said earlier, you got to have a balance. Your mind got to be on the kingdom. You can do what you want to do here. You can make it here. But your mind should be focused on building up your people. That black wealth shit should be on the back burner. But instead, y'all put y'all on the back burner. Heck, most of y'all don't even have y'all on the burner in the first place. Y'all don't even believe in them, calling them Sky Daddy and every other kind of name in the book. But as I look around, I'm seeing a whole bunch of companies laying y'all off. I'm seeing a whole bunch of y'all struggling to find jobs. Y'all filling out hundreds hundreds upon hundreds of applications, got master's degrees, bachelor's degrees, doctorates, and y'all can't even find a job right now. How's putting y'all in the back burner going for you now? How y'all feel about that, huh? Most High say, hey, y'all gonna put me on the back burner? Cool. I'm gonna put you all on the back burner. Got people who went to Harvard, working at McDonald's, Burger King, waiting tables. Trying to do anything to make ends meet, but how you gonna pay back them loans, sir? Some of y'all got big loans, 6-figure loans y'all gotta pay back. They garnishing your taxes. They garnishing your paycheck. How y'all gonna survive when y'all is not your forefront? When y'all is not your purpose? Think about that, family. Think about that before you make your next money move. Because it is up to him if it fails or not. Understand that. Genesis 15:14. And Joseph returned unto Egypt, he and his brethren, and all that went up with him to bury his father after he had buried his father. Now, Paul, right there. Joseph returns to Egypt because his mission wasn't done yet, as I told you before. He didn't stay because he loved it. He didn't stay because Egypt was diverse. He didn't stay because of those reasons. He stayed because Yah's timeline hadn't dropped the hammer yet. As it says in Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. Joseph returned because he still had to finish setting up the chessboard. But you better believe his heart was in Canaan. His mind was on the promise. His loyalty was to Israel's future, not Pharaoh's future. So family, you mourn, but you mourn strategically. You move, but you move on commandment. You stay only because Yah says to stay. But your loyalty ain't to this fucking empire, family. You finish your assignments without selling your damn soul like a good portion of our people out there today. And they ain't got a nerve to tell you to do some hard work when they in the back sucking dick for contracts. Getting pissed on and shitted on and drinking blood and all kinds of manners of abomination behind closed doors. But they tell you, the average Israelite, just put your head down and work. Fuck you. There ain't no hard work in bending over and getting your shit pushed in, Negro. It ain't hard work to be on the ground and get pissed on and shitted on, Negro. All it takes is a lack of morals, a lack of self-dignity. And a complete disregard for Yah's word. That ain't hard work. Y'all do it real easy today. Who are you to tell us what to do when you ain't even follow your own shit? Hypocrites, a lot of them, family. But yet a lot of our people worship these people. Worship them. They getting done in behind them closed doors. That's why they drink a lot. That's why they always on drugs, family. Because their mind can't cope with all the debauchery that they have done to get to where they are. They can't cope with it. That's why they self-medicate. You don't do that, though. You keep your head in the game. You don't sell your damn soul. Yeah, we going through hell right now, but that's because the Most High is refining your black ass right now. He wants to see what you made of. He wants soldiers. He don't want cowards. So what you say, black man, black woman? Are you going to prove to the Most High you got what it takes? Or are you going to lay on your back like the rest of these Israelites? And allow Babylon to fuck you 7 ways to Sunday? Literally and metaphorically. This is your wake-up call today, family. Stop mourning like punks. Stop building altars in Egypt. Stop kissing the feet of a system that's about to burn. Bury your dead with honor, yes, but set your eyes on Canaan. The threshing floor season is here. Yah is separating the warriors from the whiners. You gonna be wheat or you gonna be chaff? So we're going to move on to the next section, between 15 and 21. Because it's going to show you how Joseph deals with the fear of betrayal and vengeance. And it's about to expose even more of where you black Israelites stand right now. So let's get this fire, family. Because these next verses are where a lot of you fumble the damn ball. So we just buried the patriarch, and now the real shit starts. The snake starts slithering out when the righteous fall. So verse 15. And when Joseph's brethren saw that their father was dead, they said, Joseph will peradventure hate us, and will certainly requite us all the evil which we did unto him. Y'all hear that weak ass spirit right there? The minute Jacob's gone, the brothers get scared. They start thinking, oh shit, now that daddy gone, Joseph gonna destroy us now. Why, family? Because guilt eats cowards alive. When you do wickedness to the righteous, you live your whole life in fear of judgment. That's what these heathens are going through right now. They ain't going to openly tell you about the fear, but they fear us coming up and whooping their ass. It's going to happen, but Yah's going to do it. He going to ordain it. It ain't going to come from us. It's going to come from the Most High Yah. But that's what they scared of, family. Every day they dream of these black people waking up, whooping their ass for all the shit they did. And they know they deserve it. Deep down inside, they know they deserve it. So even when mercy's in front of you, you don't trust it because you know your hands are dirty. You cowards. Proverbs 28:1 says, the wicked flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous are bold as a lion. That's you fake ass Israelites in 2025 today. You mistreated the ones Yah sent. You lied on them, betrayed them, slandered them. And now every time Yah raises them up, you paranoid as hell, thinking vengeance is coming for you. All you scoffers out there, this is a direct hit on you. Y'all making fun of us now. We'll go there now. We'll go there now. Oh, he allowed slavery. That's it, huh? He just gonna allow all these people to just do what the hell they're gonna do, huh? Yeah. Where he at? Where he at? If he's a loving God, why are we going through all of these? That's what they say. They scared of judgment. Because deep down, they know they are guilty. 16 and 17. And they sent a messenger unto Joseph, saying, thy father did command before he died, saying, so shall ye say unto Joseph, forgive, I pray thee now, the trespass of thy brethren, and their sin, for they did unto thee evil. And now we pray thee, forgive the trespass of the servants of the God of thy father. And Joseph wept when they spake unto him. Now look at them. Instead of standing like men, they send a damn messenger. Coward shit, family. Can't even face Joseph man to man. Send somebody else to plead for forgiveness. And then they pull the daddy said forgive us card. Same shit the nations do. They want forgiveness. Forgive us, forgive us. God say forgive. God say forgive. Bitch, please. That's manipulation, family. Guilt tactics. Fake repentance, trying to hide behind dead authority. But what does Yahushua say? Matthew 23 and 30. Look at this. And say, if we had been in the days of our fathers, we would not have been partakers with them in the blood of the prophets. Yahushua called that shit out. Talking about the ancestors while plotting against the righteous today. That's what black Israelites do today. Always talking about the ancestors. Always talking about the prophets. But refusing to repent for how they treat the real men Yah raises up today. You love Moses dead. You love Yahushua dead. But if they were here now, you spit in their face and call them too harsh and too judgmental. Oh boy. They love pulling Yahushua when I quote them scriptures too. They love pulling it. Judge not. But I guarantee you, Yahushua would be just like me today. Flipping tables, making whips, whooping ass, taking names. With that word. And they would do the exact same thing to him as they do to us today. Call us all kind of names and everything. Threaten to kill us, threaten to beat us up. Calling us every name under heaven. Definitely if Paul and Peter was here, they'd do the exact same thing. They love quoting nice Jesus. But they don't see the true man, Yahushua HaMashiach was. They refuse to see that part because that part refuses. That part right there shows them they need to change. They don't want to change, family. They love being wicked. They love being cowards. And Joseph wept when they spake unto him. That right there, that cuts me, family. That cuts me right there. Joseph didn't jump up ready to chop heads off. Joseph wept. He wasn't even thinking about vengeance. He already forgave them years ago. Their fear broke his heart because he realized even after all the mercy, all the provision, all the covering, they still didn't believe in his love or Yah's plan. That's the real burden of leadership in Israel, family. You serve. You protect. You feed. You cover. And they still doubt your heart. You love your people. And they scared of you. Y'all feel that shit? That's how I feel. I come at my people hard, harsh, unyielding, not to condemn, but to warn. I do that out of love because I don't want to see any of y'all perish. I don't want to see any of y'all thrown away. That's why I come as hard as I do. That's why I say the words as hard as I do, brutally. To snap you out of your slumber, out of your delusion. Sure, the majority of y'all ain't gonna listen. But for that small remnant, that small little bit of people that feel the cut, that feel the conviction, and actually change their ways, that is who I do it for. That's what it means to be a teacher, a leader of the people. Look at verse 18. And his brethren also went and fell down before his face. And they said, behold, we be thy servants. Look at this. Now they want to be slaves, not brothers, not sons, slaves. They didn't understand Joseph's spirit, family. He didn't want slaves. He wanted unity between them. He wanted restoration. But when you live with this guilt, when you can't see love, all you see is judgment. 1 John 4:18, look what John says. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear, because fear hath torment. He that feareth is not made perfect in love. That's you scared ass Israelites today. Talking about we can't unite. Because you scared real righteous brothers gonna expose your cowardice and call you into accountability. You ain't scared of them. You scared of Yah's judgment working through them. That's y'all asses today. Y'all are so scared. Bunch of scaredy cats. Because y'all know the things y'all have done deserve judgment. But as I just said, we don't come for judgment. We come to warn. We come to lead you back to repentance, to your Creator, your Elohim, the God of our forefathers. That is why we do this. Not to beat your head in. You think I get pleasure out of doing this? Out of that? Out of saying all these things towards y'all? Y'all think I get pleasure out of this? Absolutely not. I do it as a necessity because it's my duty to warn you. It is my duty to tell you of your fate if you do not repent. And to do it with fire. Not coddle you like your Sunday day preacher out there. Not talk about rainbows and unicorns and cotton candy. And kumbaya. No, sir. My job is to give it to you raw. Real. No sugarcoating. But look at 19 through 21. And Joseph said unto them, fear not, for am I in the place of God? But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but Yah meant it unto good, to bring to pass as it is this day, to save much people alive. Now therefore fear ye not. I will nourish you and your little ones. Man, listen to this. Joseph could have crushed him. By all carnal rights, he should have. He could have imprisoned them, stripped them, executed them. But he didn't. Why? Why didn't he render the evil that they did to him? Because Joseph was walking on a higher frequency, family. He wasn't driven by revenge. He was driven by purpose. You meant evil against me, but y'all flipped that shit into salvation. That's the story of our people today in 2025, family. They meant slavery for evil. Them pale-faced devils out there. But y'all used it to build a generation of warriors. Look at our people, man. Over 400 years of this stuff. Over 400 years of brutality. Of oppression. Look what that made us into. After going through that fire. Turned us into unyielding warriors. For the kingdom of the Most High. They meant ghettos for destruction for our people. But y'all used it to build resilience. Because if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere, right? These heathen wouldn't be able to take 1 second of the ghetto, having to live there. They wouldn't be able to do it. Strip that privilege away from them, and they would be plotting death against themselves. Boy, they'd be looking for the bridge to jump off of. Look what COVID did to them. Took away their freedoms and everything, and boy, they showed their ass, didn't they? But look at how we embraced the pandemic. We loved it. We loved the peace. We enjoyed the separation, the segregation. We took it on the chin because that's our entire life. That's our entire struggle as a people. We used to it. They ain't. And the Most High gearing up for it again, family. Just watch. They meant mass incarceration for extermination of our people. But y'all used it to build discipline and wake up dry bones. Look how many of our brothers in there find the Most High. I ain't talking about that bullshit ass Islam either. I'm talking about finding the true Elohim of Yasharal. Finding out who they truly are. The heathens use jails and prisons to try to break your black ass. But the Most High said, not today. Rising up prison ministries. Teaching his word. Waking our brothers up to their identity in him. That's how the Most High moves for his people. That's why I told you, you are the main characters of this story, Israel. No one can push us away from that. No matter how many times they try to erase us from the books, the Most High continues to show I'm only about my people. Try all you want, you pale-faced niggas. But the Most High keeps us in the front. Sanctified. Set apart. Above all nations. Romans 8:28, y'all know this verse. Because that's exactly what Paul's talking about. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love Yah, to them who are called according to his purpose. Joseph tells them, I will nourish you. Not just tolerate you. Not just let you live. I will feed you. I will cover you. I will protect your children. Because the mission wasn't about getting even. The mission was about saving the nation. And you, black people, Israelites, if you are rising up now in 2025 and still moving petty, still holding grudges, still chasing revenge, you ain't fit for rulership yet. You think vengeance is the goal? Absolutely not. Preservation is the goal. Joseph's glory wasn't in payback. Joseph's glory was that he kept Israel alive long enough to reach the promise. So black people, you need to decide today. Are you stuck in mourning and revenge? Or are you ready to be the one that nourishes the next generation? Because y'all didn't raise you up to be a bitter nigga stuck in trauma like a lot of y'all are right now. That's why y'all can't move ahead. That's why y'all struggling. That's why y'all can't get out the rut that y'all in. That's why y'all can't have a proper relationship. Because all y'all got is trauma. The things that y'all went through. That's all y'all thinking about. It's holding you back. It's holding you down. It's weighing you down. Get the monkey off your back, Israel. If you want to be elevated. If you want to be excelled forward. To move to the next level, you got to let that shit go. No more staying in the past. Your mind needs to be focused on the future. Needs to be focused on waking your people up right now. Not shit that already happened. That's for the birds. He raised you to be a king or queen, moving in power, mercy, and righteousness. That's your purpose. That's your purpose. So y'all ready to close this bad boy out? Huh? Because the final words of Genesis are about to seal this whole damn mission. We about to go even harder. So let's get it. 22 to 26. We're at the edge of the scroll right now. No more warming up. No more excuses. Genesis is about to slam shut, and Exodus is about to kick your ass awake. So let's finish this right. With fire, fury, and absolute focus. Verse 22. And Joseph dwelt in Egypt, he and his father's house. And Joseph lived 110 years. Joseph stayed in Egypt, family. But catch this, he never became an Egyptian. He lived in the system. He ran the system, but the system never ran him. As it says in John 17 and 16, they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Y'all hear that, black people? 2025? Y'all hear that today? Yeah, you live in America. Or whatever country you in. Yeah, you pay taxes. Yeah, you survive in Babylon. But you don't belong to it. Your spirit ain't for sale. Your soul ain't for auction. Your mind ain't to be colonized. Joseph never switched sides, family. He waited inside the enemy's house until Yah said move. Verse 23, and Joseph saw Ephraim's children of the third generation. The children also of Machir, the son of Manasseh, were brought up upon Joseph's knees. Joseph's life wasn't just about surviving. It was about building generations. He ain't just die rich. He ain't just die famous. He died holding his grandchildren, watching the seed of Israel multiply under Pharaoh's nose. This is imagery, family. This is legacy. Psalm 127 and 3. Lo, children are an heritage of Yah, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. If you're waking up to this truth and you ain't thinking about building a righteous bloodline, you are already fucking lost. It's not just about you. It's about what you plant that survives you. Now the Israelites saying, hey, I want to have kids. But the Most High calls it righteous. fruit of the womb. Calls it a reward to have children. And y'all spitting on that. But we understand there may be eunuchs in the kingdom. Celibate, don't want to have kids. That could be their purpose. I do not come against that. But I do come for those who don't want to have kids because of selfish reasons. I come against that. Because y'all ain't doing it for preservation of the kingdom. Y'all doing it for your own preservation. Because you love to fornicate without the responsibility that comes with it. That's the whole purpose of fornication, is for children. Legacy. So if you do not want the legacy, why are you fornicating? Ask yourself that question, Negroes. What's the purpose? Verse 24. And Joseph said unto his brethren, I die, and Yah will surely visit you and bring you out of this land unto the land which he sware to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. Joseph tells them straight up, I'm dying, but Yah ain't dying. Yah not dying. He's making them remember the oath. He's making them remember the promise. He's making it crystal fucking clear. Egypt is not the land. Egypt is not the end. Canaan is still the target. Hebrews 11 and 22. By faith, Joseph, when he died, made mention of the departing of the children of Israel and gave commandment concerning his bones. Black Israelites, you better burn this into your chest. This captivity you living in, this ain't your damn resting place. You were promised more. You were built for more. You were chosen for more. Joseph knew it even while surrounded by power, money, and fake glory. How come you niggas today, who are surrounded by less, cannot see it? If Joseph could see it, why can't you niggas? 25. And Joseph took an oath of the children of Israel, saying, Yah will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up my bones from hence. Oath. Israelites. Oath. He made them swear, when Yah comes, you don't leave my bones behind. Because even in death, Joseph's spirit was locked onto the promise. He didn't want his body rotting in Egypt's fake ass luxury. He said, carry my bones home. Exodus 13 and 19. And Moses took the bones of Joseph with him, for he had straitly sworn the children of Israel, saying, Yah will surely visit you, and ye shall carry up my bones away hence with you. This is what Joseph is prophesying. The Exodus. He's prophesying here. And when that day came, when Moses rose up, they dug up Joseph and carried him out. Not a piece of Israel was staying under Pharaoh's foot. Final verse. So Joseph died, being 110 years old. And they embalmed him, and he was put in a coffin in Egypt. That's it. Joseph dies. But the story ain't dead. He's embalmed. He's laid in a coffin. But he ain't buried like the Egyptians. He's preserved, waiting, watching, prophesying by his bones that the Exodus was coming. That liberation was inevitable. And that's the same prophecy that we are about to fulfill soon, family. We are preparing, waiting, watching, preserving ourselves for this very day. Because that liberation was inevitable and is inevitable today. So, Black Israelites, Genesis isn't just a book of beginnings. It's the book of becoming. It shows you how the seed of righteousness survived lies, betrayal, famine, slavery, power, temptation, war, and death, and still held the promise. Genesis ends with bones locked in captivity, but it ain't hopeless. It's prophetic. Because the bones in Egypt mean one thing, family. Yah's people are still in position. They ain't lost. They ain't erased. They're waiting for the Exodus, waiting for the rise, waiting for Yah's move to crack the sky. And you, black man and black woman, sitting here in 2025, you are those living bones, just like Ezekiel 37 said. Genesis was your birth. Exodus is your breakout. And if you're ready to step out of this modern Egypt, if you're ready to stop kissing Pharaoh's feet in his ass and start moving like Moses, Aaron, Miriam, and Joshua, then tighten your boots, still your mind, and get ready for war. Because what's coming next, family, ain't peace talks. It's deliverance through fire. Exodus is waiting. Exodus is waiting. Exodus is waiting, Israel. So all praise and great glory to the Most High Yah. That ends this sermon in this final chapter of Genesis. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. 50 weeks. All praises and great glory to the Most High Yah for the endurance as we move to the next book of Exodus. 40 more weeks to go. Countdown begins. I pray you guys are spiritually edified. I pray you guys enjoy the rest of your Sabbath. I pray you guys have a good rest of your week. Yah willing, we return back next week to begin our Exodus. Chapter 1. Let's see if these things that's happening outside coincide as it's been happening for Genesis. I don't think the Exodus is here yet, but hey, let's go and let's see the signs to look out for, family. Again, I pray you guys enjoyed Genesis. Exodus is going to be fire. So with that being said, family, shalom. Enjoy the Most High. Stay preserved. Stay watching. And keep your garments clean.
Pray till I die. Yeah, I know stay high. And I love him. Let's go. We keep Sabbaths at the table, feast at his door. Studying the word and coming back for more. And I love him. Yeah. Got the tribes in assembly, wisdom at our shows. Keeping all the statutes everywhere we go. And I love him. I love him. Once again, it's truth. Back in the study room, these nations still blind, but Israel's coming through. Don't need more proof. The prophecies are due. Been keeping all his laws like his word told me to. They try and copy us. We just follow Yah.
everything he promised gonna come from far. These nations in the dark while his people shine. We do it from the heart cause we know the signs. Check the times, it's all divine. Mind stay fixed on law sublime. So pay attention to these end times. In this case, truth waits for none. Do his will till kingdom come. Israel rise, won't be outdone. Maybe y'all ain't listening. Open your eyes, prophecies glistening. We keep Sabbaths at the table, feast at his door. Studying the word and coming back for more. And I love him, and I love him. Got the tribes in assembly, wisdom at our shows. Keeping all the statutes everywhere we go. And I love him, and love him, and love him. Yeah, we woke up, they don't like that. They turned against us, but we fight back. Read my first scroll, yeah, I came right back. Fast forward the time, look at Israel now. When we never turn back from y'all's path. Fringes on my clothes, got my head to the sky. Pray all day, y'all knows we stay high. Stay in laws, y'all knows we gon' try. And live for his kingdom, know we gonna rise. And when he returns, know we gonna fly. Woke up this morning with my spirit alive. 12 tribes strong, yeah, we all gonna thrive. We keep Sabbaths at the table, feast at his door. Studying the word and coming back for more. And I love him, and I love him, yeah. Been around the world, it's the same old lies. Been around the world, see the same old vibes. All our real people waking up to truth. And if you're looking for me, homie, I'm in these scrolls. You gotta play it how it's wrote, can't cheat these laws. You better stay awake now, can't sleep on ya. I ain't tryna fool you, I'm speaking truth. Last generation rise, we just being moved. Fresh out the law, yeah, the walk is hard. Keep the commandments so I'm close to the yard. This world telling me I need that lifestyle, but I already got a path, and that's staying in his will. We keep Sabbaths at the table, feast at his door. Studying the word, coming back for more. And I love him, and I love him. Got the Sabbaths at the table, feast at his door. Studying the word and coming back for more. And I love him,